You know, in the wild world of comic book movies, sometimes all it takes is one single image to set the entire internet on fire. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to break down this alleged new look for Marvel's Doctor Doom, figure out why fans are absolutely losing their minds, and what it all means for the future of the MCU.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. This piece of art, supposedly promotional material, has been making the rounds, and it shows Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. And the reaction, it wasn't just big, it was this massive collective sigh of relief from fans everywhere. You have to understand, this isn't just another costume reveal. For a lot of people feeling kind of burnt out, this feels like a glimmer of hope.
And this quote right here, it really just says it all. The response has been so positive, and it's not just excitement, it's pure, unfiltered relief. It feels like fans are saying, finally, they got it, after watching other studios get this character so wrong for decades.
So let's break this thing down. This art, which apparently leaked from some industry event, shows a design that is, and I'm quoting a fan here, slavishly accurate to the comics. I mean, look at it. You've got the classic green hooded cape, the detailed chainmail and gauntlets, and most importantly, that metal mask. That is the Doctor Doom we've been waiting for. It's a world away from what we've seen before.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Fans are zooming in on every little detail. They're looking at things like the clasps on its cloak and the buckle on his belt and seeing symbolism. The theories are that these little details represent Doom's two sides, his mastery of magic and his genius in science. That's a huge part of his character that past movies have just completely ignored.
All right, so to really get why everyone is so relieved, we need to take a quick and kind of painful trip down memory lane. See, Doctor Doom has a long and, trust me, pretty ugly history when it comes to live-action movies.
First up, we have this, Thing, from 1994. It was a Roger Corman movie that was never even officially released, and, well, you can see why. The budget was so low, he looked less like the terrifying ruler of a nation and more like something you'd pick up at a costume shop the day before Halloween.
And then, oh boy, then we got the 2005 version in Fantastic Four. For some reason, they decided to turn the powerful, regal monarch of Latveria into a generic evil businessman whose skin turns into some kind of weird organic metal. I mean, what was that?
This fan here just nails it. The whole vibe was wrong. The look, the story, everything. He spent most of the movie in a weird coat. Where's the iconic armor? Where's the cape? It just wasn't Doom.
But if you thought that was bad, the 2015 reboot managed to be even worse. This version, I don't even know what to say. He was fused to his suit and, as one Redditor perfectly put it, he looked like a crash test dummy. The character was just completely unrecognizable.
And that's the key takeaway from all of this. For decades, what we've gotten are versions that fans call Doom in name only. Yeah, they used the name, but they had absolutely none of the look, the power, or the sheer presence that makes the character so incredible.
And what's so frustrating for fans, and what makes this new leak so exciting, is that it's not like they had to reinvent the wheel. The perfect blueprint for Doctor Doom has been sitting right there in the pages of Marvel Comics for over 60 years.
Just look at this timeline. He first shows up in 1962. By 1966, the legendary Jack Kirby had absolutely perfected the design, and it's basically stayed the same ever since. Now think about that. Batman, Spider-Man, their costumes change all the time, but Doom, his look is timeless. The blueprint has always been there.
And his comic book origin story? Oh, it's just pure drama. It's this incredible, tragic story about genius and arrogance. He tries to contact the dead, it backfires, scars his face, and then, and this is the best part, he forges his armor and has the monks press the red-hot metal mask onto his face. That's the kind of epic storytelling fans have been dying to see on screen. Okay, so the costume looks perfect. Check. But that's just one piece of the puzzle, right? The other huge piece is the man inside the armor. And the news of who that might be, well, that broke the internet all over again.
So, the rumor is that it's Robert Downey Jr. Yes, that Robert Downey Jr. The man who is Iron Man, the face of the MCU for a decade, is apparently coming back to play its next great supervillain. As you can imagine, people's heads just about exploded, and the fandom was split right down the middle.
I mean, just look at this poll from Reddit. Right after the news broke, way more people disliked the idea than liked it. But see that biggest group in the middle? That's the wait-and-see camp.
They're basically saying, okay, he's a phenomenal actor, but can he really pull this off? And this comment right here is the bottom line. The look is perfect, sure. He looks incredible. But that awesome mask means nothing if the writing and the performance aren't there to back it up. The pressure is on big time.
And here's the big challenge, isn't it? Tony Stark is all about that charming, sarcastic, winking at the camera vibe. Victor Von Doom is the exact opposite. He's cold, he's arrogant, he monologues. He's a master of science and magic. The big question is, can RDJ completely shed that Tony Stark persona we all know and love and become this tyrannical sorcerer king?
So you might be thinking, it's just one character, one costume. What's the big deal? Well, the thing is, this whole firestorm, it's about way more than just Doctor Doom. This is about the future of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Let's be real. Marvel's been going through a bit of a rough patch. We've all heard about the fan fatigue, some movies haven't landed as well, and their whole big long-term plan with the villain Kang, well, it kind of fell apart. So now it feels like they're putting all their chips on one number, and that number is Doom.
And make no mistake, you can see how they're handling this. They're not treating the movie Avengers Doomsday like just another film. Nope. They're bringing back the old guard, like RDJ. They're positioning it as a direct sequel to Endgame. This is them trying to shout from the rooftops, "Hey, everyone, we're back."
But all this pressure, this super early hype train, has made some people online a little skeptical. You're starting to see folks calling the whole strategy desperate. They're even wondering if these leaks are real leaks or just a calculated move by the studio to get a big win and get everyone talking again.
Which leaves us with the ultimate multi-billion-dollar question. It's a question that could define superhero movies for the next decade. They finally seem to have nailed the costume. They've got one of the biggest stars on the planet in the role. But is that enough? In an age of superhero fatigue, can one perfectly realized character, played by a beloved actor, be enough to not just win us over, but to save an entire universe? I guess we're all about to find out.